Hey, welcome back to Fresh Gaming News. So last night they did the Summer Games Fest 2023 presentation, and in it, at the end, they had a new trailer for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which a lot of people weren't expecting, and I don't know why, because they were already announced that this game would come out at the end of this year, and ironically it's not coming out at the end of this year. But anyway, considering they announced it was coming out at the end of this year, I think it was safe to assume that it would get some kind of information around this time of year. But apparently people were so hyped for this trailer, even though it's pretty obvious we were going to get something. But I'm not going to talk about the game. The game just looks like the same as the remake, the original remake, to be honest. I don't think it looks anything like different, to be honest. But I'm going to talk about what at the end. The end, it says, early 2024 on 2 discs. Wow, that's such a great feature, right? No, it's not a great feature at all, and I'm going to tell you why. So, back on the PS1, they made the game on 3 discs, and for some reason that means it's great because it's so big that they have to put it on 3 discs, but really it just means they didn't optimize the game at all. And that wasn't really a problem back then because all you had to do was just swap the disc out and get in a null disc. But nowadays, you have to install the entire game onto the hard drive, and it costs extra money the more storage you have on the system. So having 2 discs means the game could go up to 200 gigabyte, and considering how much a 1 terabyte SSD costs right now, and it doesn't even contain a terabyte, and considering the PS5 itself only has 670 gigabytes in full, and also has other storage that you have to put on top of that, I mean, having 200 gigabyte for one game is kind of ridiculous. Considering PS5 games have these Kraken decompression systems, and also they don't need to copy over multiple assets because of the lack of sync times, there really is no reason why this game couldn't have been like 100 gigabyte or less. I don't understand why this game needs to be 200 gigabyte. And the fact they're selling it as like a feature, like it's a good thing, is just ridiculous. Because it's basically just fooling the consumer to think, oh yeah, it's 2 discs, that's great, now we have to buy more SSD storage because the developer couldn't be asked to make the game small enough to actually fit on 100 gigabyte one disc. And then people are saying how, oh yeah, well the game might be worth 200 gigabytes, but there is no way in hell that the game is worth 200 gigabytes, especially with Final Fantasy VII Original not even being worth 100 gigabytes in terms of content, because it wasn't even that big of a game. Like, the textures were nice and all, except for the freaking skybox. But other than that, there were way bigger games on the PS4 that looked better and had more expansive worlds, and didn't use 100 gigabytes, they used a lot less. I mean, Spider-Man had a bigger world, and that used like 50 gigabytes, so there's really no excuse here. They're just not optimizing the game enough to make it worth 100 gigabytes. Anyway, that's going to do it for Fresh Gaming News. I'll see you guys next time.